When I begin a project, I usually do a great deal of research, both books, which have become less important to me over the years. Actually, we've been sort of thinning out the library, doing a lot more stuff online. For Memphis, the musical, we also went to Memphis and spent 4 days photographing. We took 4,000 pictures of the city of Memphis over the course of I think, four days. So that kind of on-site research has also become very popular for us. And then I do my initial sketching on a 8.5 by 11 little just white paper. I have an entire ream that sits by me, and I have my favorite pencils, like a smoker where they don't make your brand anymore. We bought every single package of Black Warrior No. 3 pencils that we could get our hands on from we found them online in an old antique stationery store. And so I just work on this simple paper because everything to me is very disposable. It's very throwaway. I work very, very quickly. I don't do elaborate sketching or rendering. I just do simple pencil sketches, right here on the table. I'll just actually literally just draw, stick figures and work in this manner, and then, shuffle one off to the side and, do another and start doing basic storyboards, layouts, that sort of thing. The next step for me would be to actually start working in scale. And I draw every single piece of scenery in the show, as I say, with a pencil in half-inch scale on this table. So we hand off the drawing to the associate, and it begins, it's being inputted into CAD. Simultaneous to my doing those initial sort of sketches that are in scale, the model builders take that away and they start constructing the white model. So the white model is built from a combination of my initial scribbles and whatever CAD materials that are being developed at that time. But we go through many generations of white models. So I say we tend to work in the white model phase very quickly, and that's, I think, when the bulk of the design development takes place. We're also doing a lot of 3D rendering now, and I say for Memphis, we were actually showing full-on, full-color 3D renderings of every single scene in the show within the first couple of weeks of the process. The final half-inch scale model, if we do one for the show, is the paint elevation for whatever we do. So if we build a model piece, then I will paint it and use that as the thing. I paint everything in 3 dimensions. We build either scale pieces or full scale samples or whatever, and I paint directly on that. So where Memphis is largely the paint treatment is replicated everywhere. It's the same basic kind of collage technique. We did some very large 1-inch scale samples, and then used that over and over and over again. One of the other things that's becoming much more possible with the use of the computer is actually showing the motion of the scenery in real time. And so we've been, for purposes of Memphis, we built actual 3D models, I say, of the set. We're able to use footage of a rehearsal and layer the 3D model of the set, the videotape of the rehearsal, and the proposed images for the projections. Layer that all together and actually show everyone what the particular scenes will actually look like on stage.
Only about a mile across West Memphis. We got us to jump in this job and this music in town. And baby, it's Saturday night, meaning that the party's at my favorite Bill Street juke joint, Del Rey's. It's time to lose the day. Time to head to